Hey guys, so today I want to do a quick Leo benchmark speed test between the Samsung Galaxy A3 2017 edition and the iPhone 5 with the latest iOS 10 version. So the iPhone is basically running on, I just updated it to the latest version, iOS 10.2.1, which seems to be the latest version available right now. And the Galaxy A3 is having about device, software info, and 6.0.1. So I'm a little bit curious how these will compare because the iPhone 5 came out, was it 2012? Yes. So that can be a little bit interesting to see how that one performs in terms of games and stuff like that. So we are gonna run this, and it can be quite interesting because usually iPhones have, they can still be pretty expensive even though when they're older. So first thing, of course, the iPhone has a smaller resolution display, 1136 x 640 versus is it 720p on the, I don't think it's full 1080p on the A3. That would be a little bit crazy actually. But as you can see in terms of performance, it for sure, I don't even know which, it does look sometimes that the iPhone is struggling a little bit more, but it looks pretty close. Oh wow, it is. It may actually be a 1080p display on the on the A3. That's interesting. I did not expect that. So it might actually take a little bit longer to run this test. It also run here a 720p test, but first maybe it skipped the 1080p thing and it is a 720p display. Who knows? So it did seem to make less graphical tests, but it can also be because of the app on the iPhone that it did less stuff over there. But this test in 720p is really struggling on the A3. Kind of like the the first A. I haven't even tried the first A3 from 2015, but I'm pretty sure that one would struggle even more. As you can see, the iPhone is really doing stuff a bit quicker here, so that one's for sure is going to finish up faster. I do know at least that the difference between the 4S and the iPhone 5, the iPhone 5 is like 3 times the performance of one 4S. They did really nice improvements with the iPhone 5 there, 2012. Okay, nice. Now it may be able to being caught up here, or like that doesn't work. That's strange. Okay, 52%. Now it's on the CPU on both devices. Interesting there. It sort of feels like the CPU should be way stronger, at least on the A3. But in terms of GPU, the graphics, I still believe that the iPhone can do pretty well. But then again, do remember it's a 2012 phone versus a 2017 phone. But it can be interesting to see how the quality of Apple devices, if it still is good. Is it still good? That's a good question. Very good. I did a test against the iPhone SE as well, but I'm not sure if that was a benchmark test. I don't think it was. I think it was just a speed test, the A3 versus the SE, or was it the A5? I do a lot of videos, so it can be a little bit hard to know exactly. But we're getting close here, 90% as you can see. We're gonna have to wait in a little bit on the Galaxy A3. but both are now in the final section. Final section. This year, the iPhone 8, which is going to be the 10-year anniversary of iPhones, is rumored to be costing maybe 1,000 euros, which is pretty crazy. Not now, or maybe like 900 euros, which is going to be a little bit high. Okay, that's interesting. 30,894. This is the iPhone might actually take this home. That's pretty crazy. If the iPhone 5 can win this, that is pretty crazy, because I do believe that the iPhone 5, you can get it for maybe if you were lucky, maybe even 150 euros, maybe 100 euro. I don't think that's as cheap as that, but at least 150 euro, I think. And then again, the brand new A3 costs around 300 euros brand new, but we're gonna see here what the score is. Then again, the A3 is water resistant, and of course I have updated UI or updated software. But then again, I mean, it's also updated software, of course, on the Apple phone, that they can run the latest software. At least I think it can run the latest. Yeah, iOS 10 at least is the latest version of iOS, of the big versions. I'm not sure. I think it was like iOS 5 or something when the iPhone 5 came out. Maybe even no, I think it was iOS 4. iOS 4, or was it iOS 3? They do release a lot of versions. Oh, okay. It didn't win, but it was a close call. Or maybe not that close. This one for sure did win. I mean, it did get for sure higher. Maybe like 50% higher score there. Interesting here, the graphics performance. This one almost gets 3 times high score there, so can be good there to know for game experiences. And let's see here, UX, this one gets around double, around that, 10,000, 17,000. CPU, this one was the closest one. No, not the RAM actually, but 12,500 here almost, and almost 17,000 here. So this one, the CPU wasn't that much more powerful than the A3, which is very, very interesting how Apple phones from 2012 still performs very, very nicely here. And then the RAM here, almost 6,000 here and 6,000 here. So almost that the iPhone could win on one of these here on the RAM section. Almost 6,000, I mean 6,300 here almost. Very, very cool. Okay, so the biggest difference is in terms of the graphics that's being rendered, which is way better here. But yeah, that's kind of interesting how the iPhone 5 still performs very, very interesting, which is, I gotta say, extremely impressive. So yeah, quickly a video checking that out. Hopefully you did enjoy, and have a great day.